Hey, it's Dr. Ron Kaiser here. And the first ebook that I ever wrote was titled What Can Go Right? It was, some of you have heard me state that this was an outgrowth of work that I did with patients. And when they were faced with challenges, I would frequently ask, what can go right? Rather than focusing on what could go wrong. And for many of them, they had never thought about it. They could easily tell me what could go wrong, but weren't programmed to think in terms of what can go right. And that's something that I try to encourage people to do the appropriate things to make things happen, to be able to control the contingencies in such a way that more things can go right. But I think we also have to use that same kind of thinking when we're the receivers of things that go right. Did you ever notice how many times in your life you go someplace and are able to get there on time without getting caught in traffic? How when you turn on the shower, you can usually adjust the water to your desired temperature. How when you go to the supermarket, they may actually have the things that you went there for. Supermarket may be a kind of a tough analogy to give these days with rising prices, but a lot of times the things that you go there for are actually there. You know, there are many kind of small routine miracles that happen in our lives every day. Most of the things that we plan to do are able to get done. The problem is that we begin to anticipate it so that the expectation is there, and when occasionally we get stuck in traffic and are late for an appointment, or we get to an appointment on time and the physician or other person that we're waiting to see is running late, and we in essence are wasting a half hour or more waiting. There are times when we go to the market and what we're looking for isn't there, and we may have to go to a second market or do without. There are things that interfere with the normal course of activities, but for most people, these are kind of aberrations. For most people, much of what happens routinely to us is something that goes right. We planned to do it, we took the appropriate time to do it, and it worked. Again, we focus on the things that don't go right, we focus on the things that don't work, we focus on the inconvenience, and don't stop to appreciate the fact that much of the time things happen the way that we wish they would happen in terms of the routine activities. Sometimes some of the broader things in our lives may not go the way that we want. We may apply for a job and not get it. We may have anticipated somebody visiting and then they get sick and can't make it, and so on. But again, in the daily course of activities, lots of things go right. What doesn't always go right is our ability to appreciate it. And that's what this video is about. To recognize that we have small miracles in our lives every day, that things work much of the time. And if we can just stop and appreciate it as much as we get annoyed or upset about the things that don't go right, we can probably be happier a bigger percentage of the time. So, the next time you drive from one place to another and nobody hits you, the next time that you go someplace and don't get caught in traffic, the next time that you go for an appointment and it starts and ends on time, take a few seconds or a few minutes to embed that experience in you and appreciate that something has gone right that doesn't always have to go right. If you begin to become sensitized to these, you'll notice that over the course of the day, over the course of the week, over the course of the year, many, many things go right in our lives. And if we can appreciate it more, we can be happier for that. I hope you'll give that some thought, and I look forward to communicating with you next time with one of these videos on the Mental Health Gym and any place else where our paths cross. Take care. It's Dr. Ron Kaiser wishing you, a very, very happy rest of the day with lots of things going right.